WordPress maybe has pie.
What's up?
Hello.
How's it going?
Good.
What you up to?
What do you press to do that?
What do you mean?
What?
How do you? I don't know how to add multiple people in a call. So that's why I was like trying to do that first, but then Amish did that.
Because Amish is smarter than you. It's just Samia is such a fake technology person. She knows everything about social media. Like
that's not me being a big technology person. I never claimed to know things about actually working technology.
No, let me finish. I'm the sort of person who will be like, I've done this before actually. I remember in 6th grade, one of the guys, like one of my friends was like, oh, send me your work, like send me your like notes or whatever on Facebook or whatever. I posted it on his fucking wall.
Oh, when you told me this.
Yeah, I posted it on his wall. I did not know how social media works. Okay, I was in sixth grade and they roasted me because I was the uncool guy back then. Because of that,
You're such a cool guy now, bro.
I've tried to change that image. Stop bringing such deep-rooted insecurities.
I want to tell a story.
What's up?
I was saying this, okay? This is related to the crack cocaine thing, but there's like, when I worked in a hospital, there was this time where I was, just like surgery had occurred, and I was like kind of cool with like the nurses, but like obviously they didn't really know about like my personal life to that degree or anything, and I didn't really know about their personal life to that degree.
Where did Amish go?
I was just okay. Can you see me now?
Yes.
He's not interested in the story. That's what it is. He went, oh, I know what you did. Yeah, he was like,
Are you not interested?
he was like scrolling out of it. Yeah, I know, motherfucker. I know. I got you there.
No, chill, bro. Someone just sent me a message.
Oh, okay. Oh, message, yeah. If it isn't a thirsty oh, look at him. Go back again. If it isn't a thirsty bitch, we don't talk, okay?
Yeah, no.
Wait, I'm playing. Continue.
So we're just finishing up, whatever. All of a sudden, tell me why somebody's like, do you smoke weed? Oh, there you again? And this is a hospital, so obviously I'm not going to say yes, right? Because it literally says, like, I was smoking weed while I was working at the hospital. Obviously, they do random drug tests and stuff, but I didn't think they would do that for me because I wasn't, like, I was just, like, interning kind of thing. And, but still, I was like, oh, like, no, I'm, like, 20. And,
as if that stopped anybody from smoking weed.
Where was this?
Asked me, like, how old are you? And then, or maybe
Arizona, right? Arizona. I think Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's legal there.
And I just was like, no, at the time it wasn't though.
No, but for you, you're 20.
Yeah, so it's illegal anyways, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I think I was like, no, I'm not. And I was doing that like thing where I was like, no, I'm not. I don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? And
If she was in Canada, it would have been legal because Canada's 19.
yeah, but weed was also legalized in Canada recently too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago. But
Anyway.
I have a thought. I'm just remembering Amish being the Mr. Worldwide back in the day as well. I'm remembering the first time we connected, like, as, like, friends. You know what was the reason? Like, what was the conversation that we had when we first met each other? It was about, it's the most boring ass conversation, but somehow we were having so much fun with it. It was about aeroplane connectivity in, like, India and, like, in the world in general.
damn.
Yeah, that's how we connected on. We were fucking nerds.
Really? Like, oh yeah, the United flight from Newark to Delhi.
Guys, what?
This is the only topic. I remember the first thing you're like, oh wait, you're veg? Wow, that's interesting.
And that's not that interesting though. That's kind of okay. I mean, that's kind of cringe though. Being Indian and being veg is kind of cringe. Like that's stereotypical. That's pretty stereotypical.
But you said, oh wow, that's interesting.
What?
No, he was like, oh wait, I didn't know people in America do that shit.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they don't.
I mean, Akash did the exact same thing. Oh yeah, wait, Samia, guess what? I guess who's coming to town for the whole spring semester?
The whole spring semester?
Yeah.
You know, I want to interject here. I told this bitch yesterday. Even then, she doesn't recognize who it's gonna be.
No, you told me that he was going there for work. I didn't realize for the whole semester. Oh, he works for the whole.
Oh God! She just connected 2 and 2.
I thought it was like a work trip kind of thing.
Work trip? Akash hasn't even graduated. Work trip?
I keep on not remembering that when you're in engineering, then like that's what you do. Okay.
That's true. We'll give it a pass on that. What were you saying before about the Arizona story? We'll come back.
But the answer is Akash, right?
Yeah, the answer is. She's like, we're still confused.
No. No, but basically they were just like, yeah, like, do you smoke weed? And all of a sudden they all kind of like sit around me and they're just like, do you really not smoke weed or are you lying? Because you know they do random drug tests here. And I got
Oh my god, that was your hazing, Samia?
No. It gets even crazier. And I was like, yeah, I know they do random drug testing, but like, yeah, I don't really like do that, you know. And they were like,
They do random drug testing on unpaid employees.
yeah, like that was like their thing that like
That's kind of weird.
worked in a hospital. No, I mean it's pretty. I don't know, like I don't.
So
think
they would
that's
spend money on drug tests, but they won't spend money on their employees. That's kind of jack.
I'm not 100% sure if they would drug test their interns, but I remember during the interview they were like, we do conduct random drug tests. So like they could have just been saying that,
Sure.
like, you know.
Scary.
But
Yeah.
basically they were just like, yeah, but you can like tell us anything, you know that, right?
Ooh.
Like kind of like it felt like I was in a movie. Okay.
Yeah, it was like two mean girls. It was basically mean girls.
But these were three like these three dudes and like
These are
yeah
dudes?
like
Oh fuck.
no, they were like really chill in general. Like I was friends with them, like it was super chill. So I was like, yeah, like I know, and they were like, yeah, like you can like tell us anything, like if you like do any sort of illegal substance or like they were saying like this kind of like playful, mysterious.
I don't
like,
know. It seems like something a narc would say if he's undercover. That's what it sounds like. Illegal substance? Who fucking says that?
So I was like, no, I don't. Anyway, like, oh, that's crazy. My shift is over. I gotta leave right now. And they were like, you don't want to talk to us for a bit longer? And I was
About illegal substance, about
I
illicit
was like,
narcotics.
no, I gotta go. Tell me why. They like literally form like they sit down. They form kind of like a circle around me, and they were like, Samia, do you like trust us? And I was like, what the
Oh
fuck?
my god, it gets cultish. Did they do that in unison?
You know, but let me ask you.
That would be perfect. Yeah.
I had that.
That's cultish.
Listen, a doctor comes in and is like, oh, what are you guys talking about? So I'm like, oh, like, yeah, I was just about to leave, whatever. And one of the nurses was like, oh, we're just like asking Samia like if she's ever smoked weed before or like whatever. And I was like, what the fuck would you? I get y'all are cool with like the doctors and shit, but like, why would you say that? Like, I'm trying to on my resume, like what? And I just he like laughs and he's like, oh, like how old are you again? And I was like, oh, I'm 19. And he's like, yeah, like, you know they do, like, drug testing here. Like, that would be, like, a really big deal if you were to find that in your system. So I'm scared. I'm sweating. My palms are sweaty. I'm ready to go to the bathroom. Like, I'm scared. And the doctor, like, leaves.
Were
and
you
they're
smoking
like,
weed at that point?
Of course.
yeah, I was. I'm scared because I was.
She was going on the fucking Google search. How to get rid of drugs before drug testing. Amish, did you ever do that?
I know. I mean, my friends have all pulled this off before. It's pretty easy.
Like, fake pee is a thing. Navid did fake pee.
Yeah.
All you do is just borrow somebody else's pee. Not that hard.
How are you going to store that pee though? Because you're going to be
You
alone.
need a jacket.
Huh?
Jacket.
Oh, like you're saying, that's
okay.
A little vial of it, or keep it like in your underwear.
I'm just packing. If somebody's like, yeah, I'm just packing, you know.
No, but like, have you felt the warmth of pee? That feels way too intimate, having just a plastic in between your genitals and your friend's pee. But anyway,
That's how you gotta store it.
I mean, no, that's the only way you can keep it warm. Because then it's not warm when you give it to them.
You can also shove it up your ass, Amish.
That might be a better approach. Honestly.
Yeah, actually, that's my butt plug.
but yeah, so basically, there was you know what we did like on our last the last time we hung out together. We went to like a beach in Mexico or something. They're just like telling me the story, and I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, we did like Molly together, and then I'm like, huh? Why were y'all just? Don't y'all actually get drug tested? And so I'm just like, oh, that's like really cool. And they were like, yeah, like these weird tabs. What were they called again? And they're just like talking amongst themselves. And I'm like, oh wow. And then we're just having a full-on conversation at this point, and they're like, you we were joking, like we were just trying to scare you, like you can say if you do smoke weed, like we all smoke weed, whatever. And I still wasn't going to answer this.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it seems like a nod to me too.
Oh no, I don't. Like I do. And then so what I did, I was like, oh yeah, like I drink, but like like I'm underage and drinking, and I don't like smoke, right? Because then it'll be like, okay.
Yeah, like at least they get off my back.
Yeah, and then they did that thing where they're like, oh my god, like, you're 19, you're grown. Oh, whatever. But the point is, they were
God,
like,
what the fuck are these guys, man?
No, like, they were, like, joking. Like, they were joking around, but then they were telling me, like, their story about, like, how they went to Vegas and were doing, like, fucking Xanax and stuff. And I was like,
Nice.
question.
Why would you do Xanax in Vegas, though? That doesn't even seem like a drug to do in Vegas. Roofie. That's the Vegas drug.
I guess it depends on the experience.
After Hangover, like after the movie Hangover, you gotta do roofies in Vegas if you are doing a drug.
Just healthcare tip. You gotta do roofies. But I was like, oh, like, that sounds really fun. Like, they were actually telling me about this trip other than the drugs. And I was like, so how do you get around the whole, like, blood testing thing?